Ajay Malik helped several by organizing blood drive camps and attending n number of SOS appeals. He helped organize blood camps in his society at Faridabad and also encouraged others to donate by creating awareness for the same. The mobile blood collective van helped those in need to get blood amid acute shortage. NewsX proudly recognizes second wave superhero Ajay Lal Malik and his team.
Welcome to NewsX. My name is Rakshanda Afrin and you're watching our brand new show, Second Wave Superheroes. Today, Mr. Ajay Malik has joined us on this broadcast. The second wave of COVID-19 pandemic saw communities stand together strong against all odds. One such individual was Mr. Ajay Malik, who is an entrepreneur by profession, but has helped organize camps in his society, arrange beds and oxygen concentrators, attended n numbers of SOS appeals, and helped people, particularly during the second wave of the pandemic. Welcome to the show, Mr. Ajay.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for having me on the show.
Can you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and how exactly did you help people?
I'm basically I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm we're trying to produce something for the Indian Railways. Helping people has always been my passion, and I think since 1989 I was in grade 12 then, and I've been donating blood, and regularly, like every 3 months, 4 months, I made it up to donate blood. Even when I was traveling, when I would, sometimes I would recall that it's like 4 months since I last donated. I just went to a hospital, I donated it. And then gradually it became it was a routine for me. And then after all these years, when this pandemic, started, so I got infected last year in September 2020. So as I recovered, somebody told me that they needed a plasma. My group was O positive, and they were trying to actually cross match for some patient, and they wanted plasma. So I donated the plasma, and it was an old patient there. He got saved, and then after another 15 days, I again donated it. So gradually I donated it 5 times, and my thought was that till the time I have antibodies, I should be doing it. And then I've been motivating people, other people also, to come forward. Abhi, at this moment, the government has, the medical fraternity, they have actually decided that the convalescent plasma therapy is probably no more needed now. So that is where it has ended at this moment. But certainly when it was needed, then I was always motivating people, because only the recovered could donate. And that is what I used to do.
Right, Ajay. Can you tell us about the challenges faced by you both personally and also in terms of logistics while organizing camps in your society?
See, I am a Rotarian, and the Rotary organization. So we have like I stay in Faridabad in Haryana, and we have about I think 20 odd clubs in Faridabad, different Rotary clubs, and Rotary International, and the other different clubs all over the world. They are the biggest contributors for blood units. So we, as a KRA for each club, we are organizing camps around the year. But what has happened in this current pandemic is that we were not actually able to organize the camps as we used to. Like initially, it was a very routine thing. So each month we had a camp somewhere or the other. But when pandemic happened, when people were not, like they were afraid to come out to donate, and the factories were shut down, because we used to have it in different factories also, where workers would come and donate blood, and that blood is then transferred to the blood banks. Rotary has its own blood banks, and then we have civil other medical authorities, like the civil hospitals in every city. So they get equal share of the blood which is collected. So when the pandemic started, there was hardly any collection happening, and the biggest problem comes when thalassaemic children who need regular transfusions, and they are not able to get any blood units, and then pregnant women and during the deliveries, when it happens, sometimes they need blood and it's not available. So that is what actually motivated me. And in last year when the pandemic started in April, I organized a camp in my own community where I stay. So we are, I think, 150 odd houses there, and but we could connect, I think, collect about 50 units. And this year in 30th, on the 30th of May, we again, had a camp and we collected 42 units. And it was quite, the people were happy. We kept them motivated from initial, sending messages on the WhatsApp group to the whole community, motivating them, telling them why it is the need of the hour, why they should come forward to donate. And, and then people were happy. And then there was a sense of euphoria. I could see people were so euphoric, coming for the camp, and they were all, and then probably few of them were even happy that, they had that chance to, go out to a pub, park in the community when there was, it was very festive atmosphere we could, create. And that is how it happened. And we collected 42 units. So that was a good, good thing.
Yeah, so I want to know any particular incident which moved you emotionally during this COVID-19 pandemic, and what was the feeling like attending, numerous numbers of SOS appeals, figuring out how to help out, and further, lastly, can you tell us what are your expectations from the authorities now?
See, at this moment, I think the wave has ebbed. If I talk about the pandemic, so the cases have declined. I think, as we all know, in like it peaked in September and May. May and June. April and May. And that is when the biggest death cases happened, and the biggest, like, it was all over India. So now, as I understand from what I read from the newspapers, so they expect there's a third wave coming. So I think we should be ready for the third wave, and we have to be very strong. All of us have to be vaccinated, because that is what I have understood. My mom got she got the infection. And by God's grace, she had both the vaccines. The infection happened after, I think, 10 days of the second dose. And then, she's 72 years old. She was, quite good in terms of, oxygen saturation, because that is what I was seeing. Like, we were attending so many SOS calls in my community and otherwise also. And I could see, like, the biggest challenge was the saturation levels. And my mom was like, she had 95, 96 always. So she had fever, and we gave her, some medication, but she got treated at home only. And that is what that is the power of vaccination. So each individual has to be vaccinated. That is what my appeal to everyone who's watching this show is. And then we have to be, the government has to be probably, be prepared, like we see in the last wave and the current wave, oxygen and the beds, they were not probably adequate when it suddenly came. So it was a small pipe, and you put in, 1,000 liters of water into that pipe. So it will, of course, that was the challenge. So all of us have to be prepared. That is what I believe the government has to be prepared, and they have to foresee what is coming their way.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ajay, for joining us and sharing your experiences. Thank you for your service to the country.
Thank you.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.